The following podcast is a part of RadioMisfits.com. And now it's time for the Mr. Nailsin Show. This is a Nailsin News Bulletin. Father mourning loss of baby is murdered by stranger while waiting for bus with wife in broad daylight attack. All right, an Arizona man is behind bars for nearly decapitating a man with a hatchet as the victim and his wife sat at a bus stop. I don't know. Was that like his favorite spot to sit on the bench? I don't know. Authorities updated the charges against 25-year-old Daniel Michael to first-degree murder after the victim, Jacob Couch, 32, died Friday from his injuries. The alleged attack occurred around 10 a.m. April 5th on the corner of East Broadway Boulevard and South 6th Avenue near downtown Tucson. According to a police statement, officers responded and found several bystanders attempting to render aid to Couch. Officers took over life-saving efforts until the Tucson Fire Department arrived and rushed the victim to the hospital. Detectives learned the suspect allegedly initiated a confrontation with Couch and his wife and took out a sharp-edged weapon and struck the victim. Michael walked away and left the area in a public streetcar. 3 days later, police identified Michael as the suspect through surveillance images and other evidence. They arrested him at his home in Tucson's east side. Investigators reportedly located additional evidence at the home, but the press release did not specify what was recovered. Michael originally faced aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and aggravated assault with serious injury before Couch's death. Doctors performed surgery on Couch for several hours, but were unable to save him. Jeez. Couch and his wife are in California, mourning the loss of their stillborn baby when they were traveling via bus to their native Alabama when they made a stop in Tucson. His brother Luke Couch told Fox News. According to the brother, the suspect came over unprovoked and demanded that the couple get up. So, you see, I guess he wanted that seat. I don't know. Since the man seemed agitated, Jacob Couch and his wife started to move away. Then Michael came up behind him and swung a hatchet. And witnesses said that he lifted the axe up over his head and swung it. The victim's family wants swift justice. Perhaps this was this crazy evil bastard's obsession with a bench at the bus stop. But even if they had given up the seat, do you think it would have prevented the event? No, it wouldn't. This is just bad all around. This has been a Nailsin News Bulletin. You're listening to the Mr. Nailsin Show here on RadioMisfits.com.
So, I was traveling down the road when I decided to change lanes, and suddenly, this blaring horn came up from behind me. There was this pickup truck full of toilets and Captain Crunch dolls. He looked at me with a menacing face and drove on past, cutting me off. I twisted my neck, and I've been in pain ever since.
Yeah, and I haven't gotten any ass out of it for 6 weeks.
Does this sound like you or someone you love? Don't be a victim. You should and can seek compensation. Hello, I'm attorney Greasy Brownstain, and I eat insurance companies for breakfast. And while chasing ambulances, I don't even break a sweat. So if you think some crazy toy-collecting man-child driving around in a pickup truck is going to give me a problem, guess again. I'll get the money. I'll get all the money. So come on into my office for your free consultation. Consultation is free, only if no advice is given. This is a Nailsin News Bulletin. Upset about being told she had to move out, daughter went shopping after murdering father and attacking mother for evicting her. So this is another one of those that just, I don't want to grow up. I'm a lazy slob. Anyway, a 33-year-old woman in Florida will spend the remainder of her days behind bars for killing her father and attempting to kill her mother because they asked her to move out of their home, stabbing both parents inside the residence before fleeing the scene. Judge Timothy McCourt ordered Christina Ann Adams to serve 2 consecutive sentences of life in a state correctional facility for the murder of her father, Richard Langer, and the attempted murder of her mother, Sally Langer. Our fundamental duty is to seek justice, and in pursuing this goal, we will strive to provide closure for the victims and their families while ensuring accountability for those responsible. 5th Judicial Circuit Chief Assistant State Attorney Walter Forgy said in a statement following the sentencing hearing, "Today, as difficult as it has been for the victims and their families, I believe we've gotten just that." According to a news release from the 5th Judicial Circuit State Attorney's Office on September 16th, 2022, deputies with the Marion County Sheriff's Office responded to a 911 call regarding a stabbing that had just occurred. Upon arriving at the scene, first responders entered a residence in the 100 block of Southeast 70th Terrace on Ocala, Florida. Once inside the home, deputies located 2 victims, an adult male and an adult female, both of whom appeared to have suffered multiple stab wounds. While rendering aid to both victims, Victim 1, who was later identified as Richard Langer, stated to officials that his daughter stabbed them. A law enforcement alert bulletin was issued, and shortly later, a traffic stop was conducted on Adams' vehicle, which was also occupied by her wife. Oh, it's that situation. Were they both living with her parents? Adams and her wife were both taken into custody following the traffic stop. During the subsequent interview, Adams' wife relayed to law enforcement that she had just finished running a few errands before meeting the defendant at the grocery store. She indicated to detectives that she did not notice anything out of the norm for the defendant, nor did the defendant mention any altercation prior. However, when Adams was questioned, detectives said that her recollection of events did not match up with the statements given by her spouse. Adams later told detectives that she was angry over being asked to leave the home that she shared with the victims. Adams stated she retrieved a large knife and then attacked both victims, stabbing them multiple times. Adams stated after she believed the victims were deceased, she attempted to destroy evidence and then left the location. Adams told detectives that following the attack, she changed her clothing and went shopping. Yeah, sometimes women do have shop. It's kind of a means by which to relieve stress and stuff. It's kind of like a hobby. I mean, not to say there aren't some things you actually need to get and stuff like that. But, a lot of times window shopping, looking at stuff, it's relaxing for them. However, it was her father who identified her as his assailant just before he died. All right, well, there you go. So they wanted her to leave. One wonders why, Well, look, when you live under someone else's roof and they say, my house, my rules, it's true. If you don't like it, move out. I don't know what the situation was. This woman is described as her wife, but they weren't living together? What's that all about? And the wife says, she didn't seem out of the norm, but she's probably crazy all the time anyway, so how would you notice? This has been a Nailsin News Bulletin. This is Nightly News Nightly with Richard Shake Shack. Good evening. I'm Richard Shakeshaft. Tonight, the top story, the apparent attempted triple homicide at the old abandoned offices of the Wintour Clinic, where one of the victims was revealed to be Maroon Boyle, the younger brother of businessman and rumored mobster boss Red Boyle, who has of late, according to police, a target of the mysterious Old Man Winter, a strange person who apparently has the ability to paralyze people through some sort of chemical means. A spokesman for the Boyle operation gave no comment on the threat and only added that the Boyle family wishes to have their privacy respected at this terrible time as they await the recovery of Maroon Boyle. According to sources in the police department, another target of this mysterious Old Man Winter is none other than the costume vigilante Bugman. As to why or what possible motive for any of these crimes with the Boyles, it appears to be probably some grudge due to their rumored criminal enterprises. As for Bugman, one can only speculate further that, well, Bugman fancies himself as a vigilante in the cause of justice, perhaps ran afoul at some point with this mysterious Old Man Winter. In other news, scientists are voicing some doubts on the findings from New Age Industries Research and Development that posits that a prolapsed black hole can warp time.
Wait a minute. Did I hear the news say that place was the abandoned offices of the old Wintour Clinic?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Man, why does that name sound familiar?
Who cares, Medley? It's just another shithole that went bust.
Man, just going through all these stupid names is just boring.
True, Critter, and yet it's necessary. One of these names may be the secret identity, or rather the real identity, of Old Man Winter.
Huh.
Well, so far, I don't think any of them's gonna be his real name.
Yeah.
Most of them,
Winter.
I mean, if not all of them, are dead.
Hey,
Yes, Critter. It appears that is the usual fate for most
what about
who come up short on their debts to the Boyle operation.
man?
It's the Old Man Winter wants revenge for them killing him.
Hey,
Don't be ridiculous. Good
yeah, but
Lord, Critter.
the name Winter.
Could it be
Come
that
on,
Old
listen to
Man
me.
Winter is one
my
of the
goodness.
undead?
What? Oh no!
Oh,
That's
man,
scary.
come on now. No, now, Critter, cut that shit out. God damn
How much
it.
more of this I can take?
And what the hell are you bitching about, Smedley?
Well, damn it, I can't believe y'all are ignoring the fact that the latest attack took place at a clinic called Wintour.
What the hell does that got to do with... Wait a minute. That name. It does stir a memory.
Oh, yeah? You knew this guy Wintour?
Yes. I was actually a patient of his.
Oh, come on now.
Oh, yes. It goes back a ways, but he was running this ridiculous sham operation.
Uh-huh, go on.
Well, he claimed to have this means by which to help people, lose weight and get in shape through cold sculpting.
Okay, go ahead.
So anyway, I thought I should utilize this technique in my efforts to pursue my crusade against crime as Bugman. So I signed up and tried out the technique, more or less. But it was a total scam. It didn't work. I didn't lose no gut.
You still got it.
Shut up, Critter. So I confronted him about his failure. And the asshole told me it was my fault for not following up on the cold sculpting technique with, crap like diet and exercise or whatever. So, as Bugman, I went back, broke into his office and looked into his files and found out that he was in hock to the Boyle organization and was also embezzling from his own clinic. And so I exposed him and ruined him. His marriage fell apart. I think Red Boyle took his wife from him or something.
Shit.
Anyway, he got badly beaten.
Oh, my God.
Anyway, I don't know, about a month later, I was roughing up members of Boyle's gang, pumping them for information and on some other crime, I forget which. And then who should show up? Dr. Wintour. Of course, I don't know, he was in some kind of back brace and all kinds of braces for his legs because they beat the living crap out of him. He could barely walk. But he was there trying to kill Red Boyle, and, and then I ended up having to beat the crap out of him. He pulled a gun out, and so I zapped him with the bug gun, and it fried up his back brace or something, electrocuted parts of him. I forget what. Anyway, he was arrested, put on trial, but they gave him probation because he was so sad and pathetic he couldn't even wipe his own ass. And I don't know, that was that. He got probation, like I said, and that was the last I heard of Dr. Oldman Wintour.
That's weird. His name almost sounds like Old Man Winter.
Yeah, holy shit.
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to tell you.
Well, you should have tried harder, damn it.
Oh, no. Could Bugman and Critter finally bring an end to Old Man Winter's reign of terror? The very villain that it appears Bugman, at least in part, created? Perhaps we'll find out in the next exciting episode of Bugman. Bugman was written, produced, and performed by me, Douglas Nelson. Music came courtesy of Kevin MacLeod and other public domain sources. I was in the milk long before someone paid me to drive it around town. I guess I always liked it because it was wet and white, unless it had chocolate in it. But most of all, because it was milky. My buddy Joe, he sucks it right out of the cow. But I'm happy with it in a glass. So I've been a milkman now for close to 20 years. And as every good milkman knows, you're going to need to have a shit kit. Just a simple plastic milk crate with a plastic bag stretched on the top. You squat down on that and answer nature's call. And if some vagrant finds it on a cold winter day and mistakes it for some discarded food, well, that's just too bad, man. It sucks to be you. But I gotta be me. And what am I? I'm a milkman. Milk is good food. And a proud sponsor of The Bob Levy Show. This is a Nailsin News Bulletin. It's time for another teacher and crime scandal. No, it's not one of those. And you're going to be glad it wasn't. A drunk elementary school teacher plows into pedestrian on the way to work. A 29-year-old special education teacher in Kentucky was arrested this week after she allegedly got drunk before driving to school, hitting and critically injuring a pedestrian on the way. Jamie Caldwell was taken into custody at the school on Wednesday morning and charged with one count of aggravated operating a motor vehicle under the influence of alcohol and one count of leaving the scene of an accident with failure to render aid or assist with death or serious physical injury. Assist with death.
I mean, if she'd killed the victim, I mean, you kind of already did it, you know? I mean, you mean the funeral arrangements or something? I risk, aid dealing with trying to help people. Maybe they mean insisting with avoiding death. I don't know. Anyway, according to a news release from the Lexington Police Department, officers at about 6:50 a.m. on Wednesday responded to a call regarding a hit and run involving a pedestrian in the 1000 block of Georgetown Road, which is about 75 miles east of Louisville. Upon arriving at the scene, first responders located the pedestrian and emergency medical personnel transported them to a local hospital for treatment of life-threatening injuries. Police then utilized the department's real-time intelligence center. Oh, wow, they got one of those. To quickly locate the vehicle and driver, later identified as Caldwell, involved in the collision. The intelligence center allows the department to access public traffic video feeds and footage from private surveillance cameras, with permission, of course, to aid in investigations. A copy of the arrest citation obtained by Lexington ABC affiliate provided additional details about the circumstances of Caldwell's arrest. According to the report, police located Caldwell at Glendover Elementary School. She went to 2 class. Oh, man. All drunk and stuff. Where she is employed as a teacher. Officers at the scene said that Caldwell's vehicle was in the school parking lot with visible damage. Was it parked awkward? Was it in the handicap area? They also reportedly noted that when they came into contact with Caldwell, her eyes were bloodshot and watery. They also said they smelled alcohol coming from her. Speaking with police, Caldwell allegedly admitted that she had been drinking Bacardi rum Tuesday evening and taken prescription drugs for anxiety, depression, and high blood pressure. Okay. Caldwell also allegedly admitted that while driving to school that morning, she heard a thud, but did not realize she'd hit a person. A subsequent breath test, revealed that Caldwell had a blood alcohol concentration of 0.278, more than 3 times the legal limit to drive in the state. She was then taken into custody and processed at the Fayette County Detention Center. Caldwell on Thursday appeared in court via Zoom, where she pled not guilty to the aforementioned charge, according to... After waiving a formal arraignment hearing, a magistrate judge set a cash-only bond of $25,000. She is currently scheduled to appear in court on April 29th. Well, that's going to be soon. Fayette County Public Schools issued a statement to multiple news stations regarding Caldwell's arrest through district spokesman Dia Davison Smith. Well, Fayette County Public Schools is aware of the situation involving Jamie Caldwell. Due to the ongoing investigation and the confidential nature of personal matters, we are limited in what we can share at this time. However, we can confirm that the employee has been placed on administrative leave. As always, the safety and well-being of our students and staff remain our highest priority. Well, she put the car in the parking lot at the school, so I guess the kids were safe, but she was still drunk, though, pretty soft showing up. Well, another teacher put on administrative leave while the investigation is conducted. But was it paid administrative leave? Odds are it is. It's one of the perks of being a teacher.
This has been a Nailsin News Bulletin.
See, now it's like Doug hates teachers and is against education or some crap.
The views and opinions expressed during the Mr. Nailsin Show do not necessarily reflect those held by RadioMisfits.com. So, any complaints and or comments should be sent to @MrNailsin on Twitter, where they will be promptly ignored and or blocked.
Everything should be free. to shave my armpits, and I won't! I will not bow down to the white male corporate capitalist empire. I will now wail for the trees that